How is it going, everybody? You're watching the Nobal Tech, and today I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about background app refresh, which I know is not a new thing. This feature was actually introduced back in iOS 7, so several years ago, but until today, most iPhone users don't really know what background app refresh is, how it works, and how it actually impacts your iPhone as a whole. And in this video, I'm going to do exactly that. I'm going to explain you what it is, how it works, how it impacts your battery life, your notifications, which is also a huge thing, and of course, I'm also going to tell you if you should leave it on or if you should turn it off. So, without further ado, let's begin. As you can see, background app refresh is turned on my iPhone, and all of my apps have the feature enabled as well. And I left it like that because that's the default. That's how it comes on all iPhone models, and if you haven't changed it, that's how it is on your iPhone as well. But let's see if that's what I think you should do, if I think you should leave it turned on. So let's understand background app refresh in detail. As you can see here, we have this brief description where it says, allow apps to refresh their content when on Wi-Fi or cellular in the background. Turning off apps may help preserve battery life. And this description is not really clear, so let's make it clearer. Let me explain you what it actually means. So when you have background app refresh turned on, it means that even after you leave an app, so even after you do this, so when the app is suspended, when the app is in the background, it'll keep updating. It'll keep looking for new data, looking for new stuff, and updating in the background. So this is what it means. It's just that. But it has a huge impact because just as an example right here, if I pull up my app switcher, you see that I have, for example, Twitter, music, Safari, Instagram, and a ton of apps here in the background. All of those apps here are in the background because they are not in front, they are in the background, they're suspended. And this means that all of those apps are getting updated constantly and checking new data, checking for new stuff. Therefore, this will impact on your iPhone. And let's understand how it actually impacts. So if we come back here to settings, you can see that they will do this, those suspended inactive apps that are in the background, they will keep refreshing whether you are on Wi-Fi or cellular, meaning that they'll keep refreshing no matter what. If you have connection, they'll keep refreshing. And this will definitely impact on your battery life because it means that even if you have your iPhone like that, even if you have your iPhone completely locked and not using at all, they'll keep updating in the background, checking for new data. So this is already a huge thing. This is already a huge impact. And Apple will tell you that on the brief description, saying that if you turn it off, you will preserve battery life. So if you are concerned about saving battery life, especially if you are on iOS 16, on the new iPhones like I am with the iPhone 14 Pro, which were having huge problems with battery drain, you should consider turning off background app refresh just for this battery thing, which is already huge. But of course, don't go ahead and simply turn it off. Wait, because there are more things I want to tell you. Now, let's also talk about notifications because many people think that if they go ahead and disable background app refresh or disable manually on one app or another, doing this, for example, they'll think that this will stop notifications. And this is not true. Background app refresh has nothing to do with notifications and it doesn't impact your notifications. And it's pretty easy to understand that because if you go ahead, for example, and you close Instagram, let's say, and somebody DMs you, you will get the direct message even if the app is completely off, is completely closed. So this means that notifications and having apps on the background and having background app refresh, they have nothing to do with each other. So you can disable this and your notifications won't be impacted. Okay, so now let's talk about what I recommend you should do, considering all that. I don't recommend that you go ahead and turn off background app refresh, but I do recommend that you tap here and you have the option to choose just Wi-Fi. And this is a big thing already, because if you have background app refresh turned on just for Wi-Fi, It means that it'll only work, the feature will only work when you're connected to Wi-Fi. And this is important because Wi-Fi uses significantly less battery than cellular, especially 5G. So if you have it only on Wi-Fi, it means that the feature will only work if you're connected to Wi-Fi, when you're connected to Wi-Fi. So this is already a huge thing that I recommend you to do. If we come back here, I also recommend you to take a look at the app lists, at all the apps that you have, and you actually only have background app refresh enabled on the apps that you do care, that you want them to be always updated, that are important to you. So you can check here, and if you see them one by one, you'll see that in the end of the day, most of your apps, you don't really need them to be updating in the background at all. So just take a look at your apps, and just those apps that you need to be updated, that you want to always have them ready for you every single time, all day, you can leave those turned on. The rest of them, you can go ahead and turn off. Like for example, Apple Store. Why would I have the Apple Store always being updated in the background if I'm just opening it once a week, like Airbnb, and so on and so on. So that's my recommendation. That's background app refresh. That's what it is. That's how it works. That's how it impacts your iPhone, and that's how I suggest you to use it, because trust me, this is a game changer, especially your battery life will thank you so much, right? So that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video as usual. Bye bye, guys.